We have a tendency of remembering history almost as if it were filled with people of legend, people that couldn't make mistakes, or that their mistakes were at least serious in nature. But we always seem to forget that they were human, just like you and I. And I think it's time we change the way we look at it. History was full of people, and people do some funny stuff. And today we remember, well, one of those people, not for his legacy, but for a speech that he gave in Poland. And my God, was it catastrophic. Poland, December of 1977. President Jimmy Carter was to deliver a speech to the people of Poland about their hopes, their dreams, living under the Iron Curtain, what, human rights are, those kind of things. That was his plan, at least, and sometimes things don't go so according to plan. Now, the State Department had, in their wisdom, hired a man named Stephen Seymour to be President Carter's translator for his speech. Now, Seymour was proficient in written Polish, but speaking it, he wasn't really that good at. It wasn't his forte. So, while President Carter was giving his speech, Seymour was saying some interesting things. Now, you might be asking, what were those things that Seymour was saying? Well, let me first tell you what Carter had intended to say. Jimmy Carter said, "I left the United States this morning." Seymour had translated it to the crowd of Polish people to "I left the United States never to return." Or, in short, "I'm abandoning the United States." Carter then said, "I am happy to be in Poland." Seymour decided to translate this as, "I am happy to grasp at Poland's private parts." Yeah, I think those are two very different things. Seymour then decided that it would be a great idea to speak Russian to the crowd of Polish people living under the Iron Curtain of Soviet communism. That's... Now, needless to say, Carter decided to get a new translator after this blunder. And his new translator wasn't much better. Let me explain what happened. So Jimmy Carter began giving his speech at a state banquet. He started with his first line, looked over at the translator. Nothing. Second line. Yeah, crickets. Nothing. Carter gave his speech, and apparently the new translator could not understand Jimmy Carter's English. So instead of even attempting anything, probably because of the blunder of the previous translator, he decided silence was his best option. Now, let's look at this from the perspective of the Polish people at the time. They had a United States president say, "I have left the United States never to return, and I would like to touch your private parts." Like, that's a threat, right? I'm sure they knew that something was wrong. But oh my God, this poor guy, this poor president is just being made a fool of, and he didn't even have a clue until after the fact. Now, as I said, history tends to focus so much on the serious. We always tend to forget the satirical. We focus on the actual history, but totally forget all of the hilarity that occurred. History was written by humans. And humans are fucking funny. Till next time.